back to Neurokin Network. I am Marina and I'm really happy that you're here, and if you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, also welcome. In today's video, again slightly longer form, approximately 10 minutes, I'm going to be unpacking the whole perspective and point of view about just getting a job. And this is really important to me. If you've seen the previous video, you'll understand a bit more about my history and why this is important to me. But an overview is that very often it's not really acknowledged about being ready for a job. It's just about getting the job and kind of figuring things out as you go along and hoping for the best and stuff like that, which can work and also doesn't sometimes. And I like to look at what isn't working and what to do about it. This is really important to acknowledge that most advice just doesn't acknowledge about preparation. The preparation is about CVs and cover letters and interview techniques and things like that, all of which are very important, yes. And before that, there's a step that's not been acknowledged, that's being skipped over. And that step is about, what do we need from this job, apart from looking amazing in our CV and money and benefits and other things. Those, of course, are important. What also is essential, in my view, is it meeting my needs? Is it respectful of my needs as a neurodivergent person with a chronic illness? Is it respectful of my different communication styles? Is it safe to unmask a little tiny bit, or do I have to perform every single day, which tiring? What's it like? What are the people like? What is the environment like? Are there overhead lights, which is an issue for me? When we're looking at you, what are your needs in a work environment? And some of you won't know what that is, and that's okay, because there's only one way to find out, which is by doing it. And other people watching this, you will know what your needs are. Or you'll know, if you don't know exactly what your needs are, think about what doesn't work for you. I've worked the majority of my working life in environments that didn't work for me, and I didn't know it. I just knew I didn't feel great working in an open plan office, and I burnt out a number of times. I've worked in many different roles over the course of my life, and my best environment is working from home, which I'm doing right now, which is amazing. So it's about understanding what your own needs are, and also recognizing that they might fluctuate. Is the workplace accommodating to fluctuating needs? Not all workplaces are. And I also have to say that in recent years, certainly let's say in the last 5 years for sure, workplaces have increased their awareness of neurodivergent needs, which is fantastic and about time. And also that could be lip service, it could be a tick box exercise, and it could also be very real. When there is an understanding of your own needs, and then it's easier to spot when some things are lip service rather than real. You know, when there's actually a disability confident employer or a disability champion. These are really important things to consider in a role. We're also going to think about, because that's the job's impact on us as people. Is it sustainable? Is it sustainable? When the pandemic came along, well, let's say when 2020 came along and we all started working from home, I found that I suddenly, surprisingly, had so much more energy because I was working from home and I could control my environment, and that increased my energy radically. It was amazing experience. So now I work from home for precisely that reason. Is because I know that I can do what I need to do in my environment. And I know not everybody has that opportunity or that possibility. Different people have different needs. Some people love to do hybrid. Some people just need to be in an environment that's focused on the job. So what are your needs? What are your preferences? For starters, also, what are your values? What's important to you? What is it something to do with the ethics or the ethos of the job that you're looking at, the company? Is it about your future progression in that company? Is it about their impact on the world? What are they doing? Are they like what is important to you? And really thinking about that part of the process as preparing for employment, i.e. preparing yourself for your best fitting job. As I was saying in a previous video, we don't always take a role that's directly related to our degree. Sometimes we do things different, or we take a sideways step, or we just choose to maybe take some time out and recover and finish processing what a big deal that was to complete our degrees, and now we're a graduate, and what happens and what does this mean, and we need to take some time to process that. Maybe doing some volunteer work for a while would be really great for your nervous system and for you to catch up with yourself and feel like you're making a contribution in the meantime. And then there's maybe leaving that role in the future. Thinking about looking at what you might want to do. Maybe this particular role that you're thinking of is a stepping stone to where you want to go. Maybe you have complete clarity about your direction in life, which is amazing. Congratulations. It certainly eluded me for much of my life. So taking some time to look at where are you now? What are your intersectionalities? What are your needs? What are your values? How does it all come together within you? And recognizing what your strengths are as well. What kind of roles, jobs, environments really amplify your talents? What would that be like to work somewhere where your talents came first and your strengths were really kind of encouraged? What would that be like? As neurodivergent people, neurodivergent graduates specifically, it's very much a requirement that, and also possible, more possible perhaps than it's ever been, in spite of what's happening in the world right now. Well, when I talk about the world, I'm talking about the Western world. There's a lot going on, but also, in spite of that, there is more recognition, awareness and acknowledgement and support in workplaces than I've ever seen before. So let's take advantage of that. Let's use that. That's why it's there. It's there for us. What can we do to continue to expand that inclusion of neurodivergent people in the workplace? What are we bringing? What energy are we bringing? What commitment are we bringing? What dedication are we bringing? What creativity are we bringing? You know, what are you bringing? You are so valuable to an employer. So valuable. Like, I cannot express that enough. And also, I know what it's like to, you know, need some time to recognize what talents you might be having that maybe you're overlooking. Maybe don't seem that important, but when we reframe and look at it from an employer's perspective, extremely important and valuable to that company. Like somebody having an employer who is enthusiastic, committed, dedicated, gives their time and energy, shows up, that's an amazing employee and incredibly appreciated brings a different energy to the workplace. So I'm going to wrap up now. Thank you for being here. Come back. I will continue to be exploring these kinds of options which are usually not acknowledged, and I love to find the gaps in things and find solutions for those gaps. And of course, I meant to say in my last video, please leave a message, leave a question. I would love to communicate with you, and let's get some stuff clarified. In the meantime, bye for now, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.